French train, Grand Bleu. This is, there's Katchit. We're having a look at Katchit now. Not over big, but beautifully put together, Skew. And his only defeat has been at the hands of Degas.
Yeah, I thought Degas was the one because of this ground. But what a phenomenal horse he's been. I mean, you would just love to own something like this that keeps winning. I mean, the question mark over him, is the track too fast for him? Is the ground too fast for him? And has Cheltenham taken its toll? But as we all know, we're a week later than we have been many times after Cheltenham, so that gives him more of a chance.
And Katchit, you know, beat Mo Bashir, was third place, Punjabi fourth, and both those horses, different track, different day. I know I'm boringly keep saying it, but it does bring different results. But Katchit is very, very good. But I know they fancy Mo Bashir. Well, we mentioned French horses. Lots of them are winning over here now. In the yellow colours, Grand Bleu, Francois Dumaine train, Jacques Ricou on board. But this horse's wins, he won at Haydock Park. Big, scopy horse, but he's won on softer ground than this.
That's right. The only thing I would argue in his favour is that very often Francois Dumaine brings horses across that want the better ground. So in his mind, I suspect he thinks this wants better ground, because where most of the French racing is running in Paris at Auteuil, the ground can get very, very soft and very dug up. But he is, as Norman said, a beautiful looking horse.
Well, just reflecting on the horse they're going at is Marsam, Eddie Power.
Isn't it very often? Look at that.
Double.
Horrible. Isn't it so often as number 12 seen something, so number 7 seen it as well? You know, when you're riding out, the lead horse whips round and the rest whip round. But there he is, number 7. He's cantering round. He looks all right. It looked just a little tap from him. No cuts or
if you'd had it, wouldn't have tapped, but he is okay, though.
Well, if you'd had it, it wouldn't have been a tap. I'd have just blown it away and carried on.
But well done. Now, Eddie Power, who rides this horse, has been doing very well in Ireland, conditional jockey, equivalent to apprentice on the flat, and he's really making a name for himself, and he's got another ride tomorrow. It's a big stage like this that will help him, but he's 100-to-1 shot now, Marsam. Well, what about Punjabi? Nicky Henderson's runner, Mick Henderson, trains now. This horse made great impressions by making the running, Skew, and really stretching his rivals.
Yeah, that was at Kempton. I saw his previous run. I was the day he won at Ludlow, and Ludlow can be very fast grounds, and he can handle this ground here today. John Parrott is down at start. How are they all looking, John?
Right, well, just having a look at Punjabi, I love to see a front runner around here because it is a fast track, and the bends are so sharp that you can nip away and get people in trouble, but there are a lot of good horses in this. Well, what about Degas Art in the colours of Andrew and Graham Wiley, Howard Johnson trains? This is the only, well, there he is with the chevron sleeves, the only horse to beat and catch it. Can he do it again?
I think he's got the ability to. It's a lot of this is in his mind. I think Howard Johnson himself admits that this horse has got fantastic talent. It's just whether he gets a smooth run through the race. He's high class flat performer, sometimes makes the odd mistake over his hurdles, but if the race is run to suit him, he could chase up Katchit if you wanted to take a price other than a short price about Katchit.
Well, Mo Bashir, I mentioned briefly before, he was third to Katchit in the trump hurdle. He's in the blue. No Feely on board for Charlie Mann, and I do know that the firm really think that they can shake up Katchit even if they can't beat it. Well, Jim, you're the man who's going to call these 4-year-olds home. I don't think they'll be hanging around.
No, I think they're certainly going to be a bit of speed on here. Now, they're just having another look at Marsam. You can see earlier before how he was kicked when he was going through that archway, when Tritonix just hesitated and then lashed out. And they're just trotting him up, Marsam, and the vet's having a look at him just to see if he's okay. He's got down to post. He seemed to be striding out okay. And it looks like he's going to, yes, he is going to run. So they're moving out onto the course now. Coming out now. That's Dr. David, Tom Messenger, who leads them out onto the course. Starting on that spur, if you like, or the top of the course, and then running into the home straight where they've got 3 flights awaiting them there. Is It Me, the one with the red cap there, green and white colours, number 4, had a remarkable run earlier in the season, remarkable sequence of wins, and may have peaked a little bit too early. They're off and running, setting off on this 2 miles half a furlong trip, and Dr. David goes on here in the early stages by 3 or 4 lengths to Is It Me. In the red cap, up in third is Lightning Strike, and then on the outside in fourth is Degas. As they swing around into the home straight, Katchit, the favourite, is tucked in behind in fifth position, wants to get on with it, but under restraint there in the centre. Tritonix is back in the field as they come to the first of 9. Back in the field, mistake there by Sandani in the green jacket. Very lucky to stay on his feet there. Ruby Walsh sitting tight. Coming to the second, and over that in front is Dr. David from in second place. Sandani again, a very awkward jump in last as they come up now towards the third, and Dr. David is who shows the way by 3 lengths or so. To in second place Is It Me. Then in third on the outside in the famous Wiley colours is Degas, followed by Katchit on his inside. Sandani's going to be pulled up after that bad jumping over the first 3. As they go past the judge, though, it's Dr. David by 4 or 5 lengths to Is It Me. Up in third place is Degas, followed by Katchit, and tucked in behind them is Lightning Strike. As they swing now to the back, Tritonix is further back in the field. They're 3 or 4 lengths in advance now of Grand Bleu is well back, and so too at this stage we see River Logic, who's right out the back. So too is Mubasha, and then Punjabi, who's ridden a long way from the pace today, and out the back is Marsam, the horse who got kicked as they came onto the course. Coming now towards the fourth, and Dr. David it is who shows the way by 4 or 5 lengths. Up in second now on the outside is Degas, followed by Is It Me, and Katchit behind them as they head now towards the middle one down the back. This is the fifth, and it's Dr. David out in front here by 4 or 5 lengths. Steps over that okay, and the pace is really on now. Degas in second as they head down the back. Katchit running third. 2 or 3 lengths away Tritonix, who's handy enough now as they head now towards what'll be 4 out. And it's Dr. David who heads towards it now, takes off and lands over it in the lead. They all jump it well by 2 or 3 lengths now as they race towards the exit from the back. Katchit on the inside is a clear second now. From on the outside Degas, a gap then to Tritonix, followed next in the field by Punjabi, who's coming into it now from the rear. Then Lightning Strike, who's being scrubbed up and doing nothing at this stage, followed by River Logic, who's trying to get into it. Racing across the top of the track now, and it's Dr. David by 1.5 lengths to Degas. Then in third on the inside Katchit. They've kicked away from Punjabi, who's coming into it stylishly. Tritonix is flat to the boards, followed then by Lightning Strikes as they come around the home turn. Grand Bleu is back in the field as well, followed then by Mubasha. They're on the turn for home now, and they've got 3 left to jump, and it's Degas who takes it up. Dr. David has gone. Mistake there on the outside by Katchit as they race up now with 2 left to jump, and as they come towards the second last now, it's Katchit in the centre, Punjabi the near side. It's better jump by Katchit, much more professional. Punjabi though settling down to try and reel him in now, followed by Degas, who can't go on. A gap then to Lightning Strike, and further back is Grand Bleu. 1 left to jump. Katchit comes towards it now, jumps it immaculately, lands over 3 or 4 lengths in front of Punjabi. A long gap in the field then to in third Degas, followed by Grand Bleu, but up towards the line now and punched right out. This great little professional Katchit goes on to win another one, wins it by 4 or 5 lengths. Punjabi is second. In third then is Degas, tied fourth. Grand Bleu maybe just ahead of Lightning Strike, and Mubasha behind them from River Logic. Dr. David, the early leader, got weary. Marsam got rid of his rider, Eddie Power, on the voyage, and Is It Me has finished well back. Tritonix has been pulled up. The winner, number 5, Katchit. Katchit is owned by DSJP Syndicate, owned by or trained by Alan King and ridden by Chock Thornton. Second is number 9, Punjabi, Mick Fitzgerald. Third, number 1, Degas, ridden by Paddy Brennan. And fourth, number 3, Grand Bleu, ridden by Jacques Ricou. But Katchit, he's the most professional of jumpers. This fellow, he's you can see the way he was so quick at them. in the home straight, and his jumping was far, far superior to Punjabi, who was ridden quietly back in the field, edged into the race gradually by Mick Fitzgerald, but was outgunned when the jumping came into it in the home straight. The winner, though, is Katchit.
Alan King, this horse is something really special.
It looks that way. I mean, I've been very, very happy with his preparation, but I've been mindful that it's been a long old season. I just hoped it wasn't one race too many, and clearly it wasn't, you know.
But his jumping is so quick, so slick.
He's loved it from day one. I think there was one down the back he was very long at today, but I'm thrilled to bits, and he can have a nice long break, and we can dream for next season.
Yo, David Bellamy here. David. Look at that. That's all about owning a horse in a syndicate, and he was bought for little money from Mick Shannon, but you've done remarkable work with this horse.
Yeah, well, you can only do so much. The horse has got to be there in the first place, and you know he's loved it from day one. And yeah, it was quite lucky. I had a few beers with Mick at Salisbury one day, and he said, "I think you ought to look at this in the last," and that's how we got him.
David Nicholson, of course, a man that you honed your talent, would be very proud of you. You've had a season to remember.
Well, I hope he's looking down. So yes, it's been a wonderful year, and you know, big thank you to all the team and Chalk and everyone. It's not just the trainer. There's a huge team back home, and it's all credit to them.
He's a son of Calanese, of course. They're walking in, so we'll have a walk over and meet your owners as well. But he's 4 going 5. This horse could be a champion hurdle horse, Alan.
Well, they keep telling me that, yes. I mean, he surprised me all the way through. Let's hope he keeps doing it. But we'll see. We can dream about it all summer, and as I said, that city can have a good break, and we'll see what the autumn brings.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Pleasure. Thank you.
It really is fantastic for a trainer to bring a horse out 8 times in a season, for him to win 7 of those races and only be beaten once when he finished second. And as they turned for home, Katchit actually wasn't going the best. I thought Degas was going really well up in front. This is coming down to the 3rd last, and we see Punjabi make a mistake here. Never takes off at all.
Very, very lucky he didn't fall clear. Just his one front leg he got over the hurdle. But Katchit, well done to Alan King. We're saying he's done a wonderful job to get him here. He sweated quite a lot before the race, and I was worried just before the turn and he wasn't travelling. But look at the way he jumps. He's just, when he gets in tight, he is small but very, very nimble and very quick. And Mick Fitzgerald tracked him into the straight, thought he was going to beat him, and sure as chocolate Taunton, the more he squeezed this horse up and the more he slapped him down the shoulder, he just gives everything. And down to the last hurdle again, stands out and absolutely pings it. And the second horse has no answers. Degas Art back in 3rd, ran a cracking race, and you can see the yellow colours back there of Grand Blur we fancied. He's a big horse for another day, but it's all about the winner. Great little horse, and let's hope he keeps improving, and he could be a champion or contender for next season.
He's going to get a wonderful reception. He was sent off the favourites. Good race for favourites. There's 8 favourites have won it in 31 runnings of the race, but it's the first time that either Alan King or Robert Thornton have been successful. No doubt about it today. Katchit, they couldn't.
Jock Thornton having a great season. What a great Cheltenham he had, and his 94th winner of the campaign. And look at the how keen he is at Katchit. Really good type, and he'd be suited today by the ground, a fast ground here, and that should lead to some pretty quick times throughout the day. Of course, their times are not official in National Hunt racing. The well-respected professionals who compile these times. There's Chuck Thornton. Very, very good rider. And this horse, Katchit, is a real pro. I'm sure he's champion hurdle material if all goes well next season. So, SPs on the 310, the John Smith's anniversary 4-year-old novices hurdle, as follows.
Well, for the second race running, a well-backed favourite lands the money. There was some colossal wagers on this Katchit. This morning it was banked in to 5-4 on the track, 11-10. Returned the even money favourite, and it's 8-1 to win next year's champion hurdle. Punjabi was second at 6-1, and Degas Art was third at 15-2. But if you follow the market, if you follow the money,